Hi everyone, today I'm going to make a video reaction about our game, our system and strategy game about the armor piercing. First, the sword not supposed to piercing armor,
They were such an awesome
but
force
it
that a
can
handful of well-equipped men
sharper.
could defend the
Okay,
castle
just
against an
look the
entire
video.
army.
I have two videos.
You have a number of
You
choices
need to
against
see.
plate armor. You can crush it with something heavy, try and crack it open with an axe, or puncture it with a spike. Alternatively, you can try and pierce gaps. Every armor has them, areas that have to remain flexible and cannot be covered by plate. Unfortunately, there aren't very many of them. But you can try behind the knees, under the armpits, up and under the breastplate, or indeed any joints of the armor, including the visor. Every armor has a weakness. Somewhere.
Push him over.
I suppose if we got close enough to him, we might just be able to push him over, so let's try it. Now, he's used to wearing armor, he's worn it all his life, this armor is fitted to him, and he's just going to get straight back up. Anything else?
Hit him with a really big sword.
We could do, yeah. There's a big sword over there. Hand it over. Let's see if that'll work. Now, first of all, if we want to hit him with something really big, we'll have to get close enough to do it, if he allows us to, so let's try it. Here we go. Of course, he's got his own sword, and it's a lot lighter than mine, so that's probably the last stroke that I am ever going to get to make. So, next idea.
Would a really sharp sword go straight through the armor?
Well, it might. So let's go and find out. All right, guys, this is a sharpened sword of modern steel, probably as good as anything they had. And here is a piece of plate armor, very thin plate armor. But Tim thinks that he can thrust this sword through that. So let's have a go. Put your goggles on. All right, here we go. This is a once only, Tim. Get it right, yeah?
Ready?
This is the real person.
Congratulations,
Real
Tim. At
Not
arm's length,
in the
with
game.
two hands,
In the
with all
game,
your
movie,
strength, you
game,
managed to puncture
and
it by
story,
about
it
an
just
inch.
showed
In the
you
meantime, you've
and
been
make
hit
you
3
stupid
times by the man who's
about
been
the
wearing that
piercing
plate
armor.
So I think, on the whole, we need to look...
The evolution of specialized weapons actually of interlocking iron rings.
Chris, come on up here. Now, your opponent is a male armored... Get a longer weapon than your left hand in width. Go through... Now, that
Of a
gets male complete. Now, this means that it was an extremely effective...
And same for this sword.
Question is, how good was it
Because
against plate
people
armor?
in the movie the
Not
and
very.
game, this sword was
Maybe
very
we should
strong
try
for
something
piercing
else.
armor. But
Another
in real
adaptation of the
life,
sword was
it's
this
not.
late medieval broadsword. It's much shorter than the old cut weapon. The most extreme design for
stock were only good something a little more basic and high, but
thrusting weapon, designed
Wait,
for
wait,
thrust
wait, I'm missing
high extreme evil.
Yeah, look,
not very.
this is not piercing.
Maybe we should try something else.
Another adaptation of the sword was this late medieval broadsword.
No,
It's much shorter than the old cutting sword, and it tapers to this extreme.
not for the spears, because all people say the sword much better with the spear, but the sword is very stuck versus spear.
Training all the people
Just look at this video, and you
here in
see
very,
why.
very useful skills. What are people learning here?
So they're learning everything, for example, rapier, sword and buckler, long sword, sabre, these kinds of things.
Lots of swords there, I noticed.
Mostly swords, it has to be
Yes.
said, yeah.
But surely, I mean, you know, the universal weapon, you know, the spear. The spear is it's the greatest weapon in the land. You can't put it in your pocket, but you can hold it in your hand, and it's the universal weapon from primitive Stone Age hunter-gatherer tribesmen, Stone Age civilizations, the Aztecs and the Maya and the Incas, and the ancient Chinese and the Romans and the Africans and the Greeks and the Carthaginians. In fact, almost everybody. In fact, yes, I'm going to go further. Everybody around the world, up until even as far as the 20th century, used the spear.
A long pointy stick, basically. Absolutely, yeah. It's a universal weapon, and it's pretty awesome as well against swords. And yet, huge amounts of time and effort and attention. I think there should be an
Spearman hits him while retreating. There. Backsword. No better. Arming sword against the rather short spear. Here you can see that the swordsman's eyes are open, and here they are screwed tightly shut. The spearman scores a quick light hit here, but the swordsman doesn't notice, which is quite understandable. It then gets all rather messy. I think we'll call that a draw.
Okay, did he not get you on the way in? No? Oh. And now, with slightly more experienced spearmen.
Another man tries a quick rush. Fails. Tries to grab the spear. Fails. And he's dead. Pink Legs attacks with a messer. He's doing well. He closes. He wins! Oh, he goes too far. Another arming sword. This hit is clearly with the flat on a forearm and would not end a real fight. Similarly, yes, there is a hit here, but the mid-shaft of a spear hitting the collarbone like this is unlikely to end a fight, so it's fine that they keep going. The less inexperienced spearmen are actually doing worse than the complete novices.
Why is it always the groin?
Yellow Socks comes in with a rondel dagger. You can see by the way he holds it that he's done his HEMA lessons. He takes a solid hit to the chest. He ignores it and closes. Savagery breaks out. White Jacket grabs the dagger. Good knife defense there. An epic struggle for control of the rondel. Come on, White Jacket. He's on top. You can do it.
Dead yet?
Go on, stab him.
And he beats Yellow Socks to death with his fist.
And
The
now, the
spear,
spearman
you
is not
don't
allowed
need
to move from that
training for a spear. All people can use spear easy. Not
Pink Legs
same
now
for
with the spear, holding his ground. Chalet here. Perhaps faces down that thrust. The man has nerve. Yellow Socks now winding up for another bout of futile violence. Look at the way he faces down that thrust. The man has nerves of steel. He makes a big, wide sweep with his buckler, gets stoutly thrust in the centre of his chest, but laughs it off and lunges in with a massive haymaker of an attack while swinging his buckler out. These two very smartly attired fighters seem well matched. Oh, spear to the chest and sword to the head. This guy in the split grey trousers looks a bit dangerous. He keeps his buckler in front of him, keeps up the pressure, and he wins! Everyone here has done loads of longsword. This guy adopts a high ox guard. He gets in. Zverchhau, victory. Another longsworder giving it a go. Oh, that was very honest of him. Yellow Socks. He makes a grab for the spear. He's only one hand on his... Oh, and he's dead. And
A longer spear.
this one is a bit more like it. A good solid 8-footer. Let's see what a swordsman can do against that. Well, alright, yeah, okay, yep, yeah, early days.
But the problem in game is, in game the spears suck. Example, the Total War. Medieval Total War. The spear units suck. And that suck because the game make people stupid. And example, the history game supposed to be historic and not just like create invented system Percing not existed in real life.
That. The fact that these long nylon blades are a bit bendy isn't helping. Yeah, worked. Sword like an axe, and
To help him.
range, the more chances the spearman has to land a hit, which eventually he does. This man has used large shields before and knows what to do. Charge in, keep going, job done. This guy blinds himself, lowers his shield, yeah, and it's over.
Okay,
Yellow Socks, massive haymaker, dead.
okay.
Our man again, charges in, done.
Okay.
This man hesitates. Pinklegs is doing well here, keeping him back with varied thrusts. He goes low, gets him in the knee there, draws the shield down, then goes high and lands a good thrust to the throat. You can see by how much the head bends that that would have been fatal. But it doesn't register, and as Redtrue's attacks with his right hand, he swings his shield out to his left, exposing himself, and he gets speared. Keep your shield in front of you. Gets in and doesn't stop. That's how to do it. And again, the spearman is doomed. Ah, Yellow Socks. Some controversy here. He does another big haymaker, swinging his shield out to his left. Exposed, he gets thrust in the throat, and then he goes on to land an arm hit. Now, some might say that that's a double, but I'm counting that as one for spears. Look how much the whole spear bends on him as he comes in. You can see here in the reverse angle that it's a solid central hit long before he lands his afterblow. This swordsman tries gamely, but he ducks his head and blinds himself behind his own shield. The spearman winds in well and lands a hit.
But in a battle, of course, the spearman can't just run around all
It's an unusual move.
sword and shield.
Right, Fancy Pants should win this. The one-handed spear. Yellow Socks going at it with his favoured manner. Lots of big wild swings. But he demonstrates that what a man might lack in style, he can make up for with extreme violence. Right, Fancy Pants should win this. The one-handed spear is easy to fend off with a shield and doesn't have the lateral strength to force its way through a determined guard. Ah, now we tried this just the once. Spear and buckler is a stupid combination. It swaps all the vigour of two-handed spear for the feeble protection of an overgrown thimble. A lefty. This gave him a slight advantage in attacking the swordsman's open side, but not enough to offset the drawbacks of one-handed spear. Danger Pants now with a tomahawk. Pinklegs is using his spear overarm. The main problem with this method is that it doesn't work. I would not sell him life insurance at this point. Another example of why you should not hold a spear like this. The result is very predictable.
Yeah.
Spear and shield didn't do so well, but the spear used by itself did pretty well. But spear and shield was used all over the world for thousands of years by lots of different cultures. So is it rubbish?
No, it's not rubbish because it was used with a shield in large formations. If you've got a man either side of you who can skewer anyone trying to close with you, then you can keep yourself safe, you see, keep your fellows safe.
But then you got famous duels from antiquity, you know, the Iliad, where people are using spears and shields. We see it on Greek vases. Why didn't they just pull out a sword?
Do you know how difficult it is to draw deep scenes and perspectives on a Greek vase? Right, come on, let's try this. Science!
Right, now spearmen who have no idea what they're doing against a charge of vengeful expert swordsmen. And the spearmen win. Second bout, and well, it's all very confused. But the spearmen win again, somehow.
Why does everyone wear black in this hobby? It's so difficult to find out who's on whose side.
Bout 3, and out of the chaos comes a third spear victory, with a little encouragement from me.
Quick! Spearman! come on, Spearman, help your mate. Oh, yeah, that's... Swordsman, you're dead.
You're dead. I'm telling him. Right. Slightly.
Good.
Fourth group bout. Surely the randomness of it all will even things out.
Come on, help him out.
Nope. The spear still reigns supreme.
Yes. Good. That's what should happen.
Danger Pants runs. Again, I suggest to the spearmen a preemptive countercharge, and this time they heeded me a bit.
Very nice.
Now done the science, and what can we conclude from the science, Matt?
Many things. Not a conclusive, not as black and white as I expected.
No, it was.
But we did have, some of the people were more experienced with spears than others. Some of the people were more experienced at closing
A lot of them,
spears.
in fact, had never, as far as I can tell, held a spear in their lives. And bless their cotton socks, and thank you to all of you who volunteered to help out. And people tell me they had a lot of fun, but I did feel that their inexpertise did show a bit.
Yes, but I think that was part of the interesting experiment because
Science.
This is the Lord Boy for the score. If you want to see, no, for the total formation. Example, Rome total Rome. Example, in Rome total world to the formation. Oh, sorry for that. You see this formation, this not the real formation. The real formation just like
in upcoming videos, but this
not this. You see this picture, the real Roman formation just like this, protecting in the flank, and not this, because you see this, they have a space, they're not protecting this, you see. I'm going to show you where. Ah yeah, look.
"2,000 years ago, the Roman army is the best equipped, 18 inches long with a sharp point.
It's designed.
The enemy is untempered. Orica segmentata, working much. The arrow of New York, the latest. Legionnaires bunch together and lock their shields in formation to create a large protective screen. A formation as effective in attack as it is in defense. The soldiers use a large curved shield, which is made from another modern-sounding material, plywood.
Plywood's very easy to make. You just take a few layers of wood and glue them together with the grain at 90 degrees to each other on the different layers, and that provides a protection that's fairly firm, but that is still a little bit flexible, and that's how they're able to produce these curved shields.
No, go back in Rome too. And now looking this formation, I make high quality HD for you see. You see, this not the same shield. And look at this formation. they're nothing in the flank. And look, they have a specimen. You see? We see the other guys in the back. This is not normal. And another problem. It is about the strategy in the game. The problem is not I'm good for making strategy, but I'm suck in game because in the game I cannot make my strategy because what can and well, okay, because in the game the problem it is you need to training for the system battle in the game, not in the real life battle, because the battle in real life not same in the game. Comme example for the Percing armor. Que you see que example medieval 2, a stocky unit can with a stick, example the okay. Example unit have stick and just Percing unit have heavy armor. This is not normal. And the heavy unit long sword suck. Oh sorry, this is not medieval 2. Wait. Give me 1 second. No, I'm going to start the battle. Where's the player? Just for you see what I want to teach you. Example and take the Empire and the British and the Boer, and take this unit, this great sword unit, and this APS. First you see the price, not same, but if we just start.
Unité! Infanterie lourde! Mon ordre! Allez-vous! Droit devant!
And for the stamina. The stamina symptom and the point in Napoleon. The stamina symptom for the cavalry very glitched because they're just running just like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, and they're tired just because they have armor, and that's stupid.
Gott sei Dank, nos hommes ont vaincu le général ennemi.
You see, first in the game, they don't use the range, so they fighting closer. That's stupid because they have long sword. is supposed to be stay back and fight. But they fighting closer. For the small sword can hit him. And that's stupid. And they have heavy armor. You see, they have plot armor. And the soldier which sword and shield have my armor. And and if you like the stat, have 1 for defense. And these guys have this not normal, because they have more armor. And these guys, you see, they have plot armor, but look the defense. You see? Look, these guys have more armor, have much better armor than these guys. This is not normal. Just because this guy don't have my, but the my suck. The plot armor much better. And it's same for the cavalry. Look, my armor much better defending with these guys. Same time every time. And this not normal. You have this defense. You have normal, nothing, only shield. Small shield. And this guy have big shield and sucky defense compared to this archer. And it's same for the bow. The bow, the crossbow, very strong versus the plot armor bit. But the bow not supposed to pushing the armor. And the crossbow.
Time for more crossbow tests. I got some discounted armor from Cult of Athena with minor defects. First up is a reproduction of the Cherbourg No. 13 breastplate made by noticeable differences. Anything between and back. I haven't been able to find the exact measurements of the original Cherbourg. Prefer that. Please keep in mind that this is not a scientific test. It's just meant to provide entertainment and a general idea of what armor and crossbows can be capable of in the 14th century, while the reproduction trial together or 350 pounds. And first, the lighter crossbow. It has a draw weight of 160 kilograms or 350 pounds and requires a goat's foot lever to span.
You see, this is not Percing. But
now onto the heavy crossbow. This one has a draw weight of close to 1,000 pounds, 976 to be exact, which is 442 kilograms.
And they're not using a big crossbow. You see, same for the big crossbow. This is
some
not
holes
Percing
here, but
again.
the wear would be perfectly fine underneath. And what happened here, fortunately, it didn't shatter, which is what I thought at first. But it looks like the glue just failed, so it's just slipped out. And it also flattened the tip quite noticeably. It's definitely a noticeable dent. It's more noticeable in the video, actually. But it didn't penetrate. Now this could still be bad if it dents enough to constrict your breathing and things like that. In a blacksmith with a war.
And same for the arm, the big armor. This armor cannot piercing the armor.
It's a little difficult to see how the original breastplate is constructed because it's got some sort of covering inside, but the problem with the reproduction is that the individual plates are connected with nothing but a piece of leather, and the rivets were ripped out of the leather from the impact. That's a structural weakness. Even so, the armor did its job. Some of the hits might not even have been painful to the wearer, and I don't think any of them would have caused anything more than bruises. Well, the first round of testing wasn't quite what I was hoping for because we were running out of light. So it's a bit earlier today, even though the light is already kind of dubious, but okay, so here is where it hit. I've just used tape on the previous hole so I know what's new and what's old. So that really didn't do much. However, it did mess with the bolt. Oh, okay, that's where it broke. It's not too terrible, I guess. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of in the wrong order, but I didn't even want to shoot this one again against the arm. This is quite a thick point here. Hopefully it won't get damaged, but we'll see. Alright, here's the hit. It did some through heavy cross, picked up anymore against this armor. It's pretty.
Nothing, you see.
You can see that these two plates are shifting, they're drifting apart more and more. Did quite a cure to how did to the more completely, so there are fewer. See what a point like that can do against softer material. So as you can see, no trouble right there. And it's pretty solidly in the gel. Well, it went through, but it's not really all that deep. Well, I mean, this would hurt, no doubt about it, but might not be lethal. Depends on exactly where it hits. As you can see, this is not a very long distance. It's about 7 or 8 meters, and not even past the gambeson at all.
You say nothing. You do nothing. The crossbow.
I also got an armor made of 20 gauge steel lamellar plates. I don't know much about this type of armor, but I can say two things about that particular reproduction, or interpretation. One, 20 gauge, or about 1 millimeter, is really thin, even considering the overlap between the plates. And two, those are some dubious leather strings. Fucking seriously? What are those, scrotum leather? Alright, let's see what it can do against lamellar.
Now this armor.
Okay, so it bounced off. It looks like the armor did protect. There's nothing here, but that's quite a bit of damage. So you can see what happened is the leather strings just ripped. And the plate here, or the lamellar, is dented. Not severely, but it is noticeable. With a tighter fit, this might not necessarily happen. I actually wanted to attach this better, but whoever made these did not do a great job with these strings here. So that's what you're supposed to pass through the hole here and then tie. But when I tried, this ripped off immediately. Okay, so that did make a difference. You can see there's a little bit of deformation here. Doing pretty good job. Okay, time for the heavy crossbow. Brace for impact. Yeah, I did a little more than the other one. It really drove that bent very substantially, and it was driven pretty deep against the torso. So this could potentially worst case.
For the gun. It's same for the gun. But normally you're not supposed to use armor for pistol.
Turns out I perfectly exploited the weak spot of that helmet. Primarily the rivets, because the ball struck it and pushed it and just ripped all the rivets straight out, and it folded that piece in half. There it is. Wow.
No. I just want to say about the pirate pistol or the musket.
If you haven't seen my video with the crossbow tests on the same armor or want to refresh your memory, the link will be in the flintlock that I'm using in this video. And if you'd like to help keep this channel running, you can check out my Patreon page. Just about missed the slow-mo recording by half a second. Just a chart patch flying around. Looks like we might have been a little slow to get to the camera in time. So I expected this to go through, but wow, that's a lot of diameter. Arms later, camera, it did it, and then
You see?
Here's the ball.
Quoi? Ok, mais t'arrêtes pas de me le dire, mais j'essaie de faire une vidéo depuis tantôt, mais j'ai pas de système montage. Et à chaque fois tu viens tout interrompre. Et t'arrêtes pas d'interrompre depuis tantôt. Sorry for that. Because my touch for you say it's not working. I don't press V and my mic opening. I don't understand why. I think better way. If I do this, no, this is not working. It glitched. It don't want to stop the mic. And same for the musketon system. Because in medieval 2, the musketon they were all just like
fire in the hole, people. Oh, wow. I put the smack down on it. Well, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today, we're going to be talking about a very unique and special firearm, the matchlock musket. Join me today. We're going to have a look at this very interesting part of military history. I'm going to bring my buddy Kevin along for the ride. He's a big black powder enthusiast such as myself. We're going to talk a little bit about this gun, shoot it some more, show you the loading procedure. Generally, really fun gun to have out the range. Let's see if we can shoot some more stuff with it. All right, well, Kevin and I are going to bring the body was basically nothing more than just a tube tied to a stick with black powder and a ball stuffed in the end, and then you just took a match or whatever or lit it, and it just shot it towards the enemy. And I think that the effect that those also, like, we think
grabbing the ball,
lowered into people. I mean, they. Okay. What you want to do is use some type of wadding material. Now, sometimes they would use like a paper cartridge. That's completely fine. If you're using a paper cartridge, dispense the powder into the muzzle, grab the paper or wadding or whatever you're going to use, and scour it home. I'm just going to start by starting the patches with my finger roughly. I'm using boar butter soaked shooting patches. Now, many of you guys are going to ask why we're not actually patching the ball. That's not really the prescribed method for loading one of these. If you patch the ball, it's going to be a real bear to get down the muzzle. Take your scouring stick. This is not a ramrod. This is a scouring stick. Scour your charge and you're wadding home.
Oh no, this video is stupid. They don't use real thinking.
Hey, Hickok here. Video. Sure as anything. As usual, are just of this. Back that I look at the pan there. Of course, and here it is up against a 9mm bullet. Fine. I'm going to be careful. It is loaded. That. But if you do, I need to get this out more often. Try again. If I hit that thing twice in a row, I'll be happy. Got him dead center. All right. I need to get this out more often. Woo.
No. Go back in the game. Example, if I take, I don't know, the Espanol and take a musketon. Annoyed.
Unité, attendez les ordres.
I put this line.
Tenez cette zone.
And now look. This goes into shooting. Look how many times they need to reload. It's very fast. This is not normal. They reload just like 4 seconds. They need 4 seconds. This is not normal. Look. Very fast.
Le soleil pour l'heure, les aléas du combat nous favorisent. Prions pour une victoire aussi nette.
And now I'm going to take to compare this musket. Where I missed some thing. It is. It is. Look, this gun, it's the same gun with this. This is the same gun. It is arquebus. And look the power shot, not the same. But it was the same gun, arquebus. Look, same picture. The same picture. But not the same stat. If you don't trust me about the picture, I'm just going to do this. What? And I'll go into this thing.
Soldat, à mon signal.
You see the gun? Quality art for the unit. You see the picture of the gun? Yeah, you see the picture and this, same gun. The same thing. Just because this unit was the price more, you see, this is not normal. It was a same gun. And same thing for the wrench. Why the wrench so stuck? It is a musket. It is the same system musket. There is gun power. And why these guys have long range? Short range, you see? No. No, I'm going to speak about the crossbow in the game. The crossbow, you see, this crossbow have the same power of gun. This not normal, cause you see in all video we watch the crossbow suck with armor. This thing versus heavy unit. You see the musket. Ouais, the musket. This is the same gun. They show the same bullet. No. Oh wait, sorry. They show the same bullet with this. And you see the range, long range. This have a small range, but this is a long range. And you see this the same. I don't know yet. Okay, we just go wait and just kick this. For now we're testing the crossbow. And knock. Look. Look. This is the same power with the gun, but it sucks. Why? It's not. You see, with the gun, they one-shot people, and oh yeah, they one-shot. And see, oh, I'm stupid. The crossbow not supposed to one-shot the unit. And this not heavy crossbow. You see, they need just like 4 seconds per reload. Same time for musket. This not normal. And they won't shot the unit. This not normal. And they have shield. They die one shot. And I'm going to compare it. Now I'm going to compare this gun and this.
Soldat, à mon signal.
Why these guys?
Dégagez-vous.
They have armor,
Dégagez-vous.
but they have sucky. First, why? In this picture, this gun was so big and so strong, but no, it's so small. Look in the picture just like a shotgun, a big stick, but in the game, no, sucky. It's just the same with the musket, but more sucky. While the good unit have no armor, but these guys have just like a sucky musket. And look, oh yeah, they suck. I don't understand why they are priced. They suck. This is a stupid thing. And look the range, this guy. So sucky. It's not the same musket, you see. The musket range. Well, just like this guy is very sucky. No, you see everything. No. And it's same for the example. And take Russia versus now this. No, this is not the Russia. Sorry. Where's the Russia? Ah, yeah, this. And therefore, you see, this is the same musket with the other guys, but look the power. And look the armor. This is a black armor, but look the defense, very soft. Compared, if you compare these guys have a my armor. But the price, these guys much better. Look the price these guys, and look the price these guys. Now I'm going to show you 1v1. You see black armor. and shield and axe. They have the same way. It's the same shit. The same bigger wait.
Avancez!
This unit to play much better with this. You see, they have the same, the shield same bigger, but they have sucky defense. These guys have much better. Look the defense. These guys, the shit same. Why these guys suck? They have plate armor and more. Why they suck? And why the quality suck? This is the problem. And the price. Thanks for the price. This unit so hard. You see, I don't love. I'm lost. And this represents Percing armor, but this sucks. It's so much better. And it's time for the spike. Oh wait, why I'm clicking this? Oh sorry. What I can touch you again. Yeah, for the spike. Yeah, but this unit. Why this? You see the defense? This unit have no armor, only a small shield. You see a bucket shield, and you see the defense so strong. This it's stupid. Okay, this guy much better this guys and this. You see these guys are normal, but much better these guys. This is not normal. And the price, unit price was stupid. Look this heavy armor, but look this peasant. Look, you have normal, but same thing these guys. If you see in battle, and same thing for this guy. You see, in the picture you have a big stick.
Unité!
If you look, you have a big stick, but if you look at this, you have a small.
Infanterie lourde, janissaire!
Oh yeah, they have Mario. But these guys have normal. And no helmet. These guys no helmet. Nothing in the head. Now look the strong power of this unit. And look, this is the same armor these guys, but these guys have nothing. What? And look the shield, so small shield. What these guys same? It's stupid. stronger. This guy's fighting closer. Why are they fighting closer? They have long heartbeat. They're supposed to stay back. Stay back. For now they losing. They lost. They have much better stats than this guy.
Pour des démons, nos ennemis sont bien faibles. Nous avons pris l'ascendant.
And look, the attack and defense. Yeah, the defense must. Where? No. Okay, they have armor, 6 defense. You see, they have 6 armor. Much better than these guys, but they have no more armor. Example, if I go. If I take this guys. Look the armor. Same armor. This not normal. Same thing. This guy, oh yeah, this guy have armor, but it's my armor, but this guy have my armor in plot. And look the armor, this guys. Yeah, it's the same. But it's stupid. Look the shit this guys and the shit this guys. No, goodbye.